Hello, everybody. Welcome to another WABA IG Live Conversation Sunday special. I'm your host, Helen Johanna, where she knows her sports. And today, we have none other than Mr. Ronnell Durante. He is the proud owner and coach of one of the WABA's newest teams, the Jacksonville Force. But we're going to get to that in just a moment. Let's get into this introduction. The WABA is a professional women's basketball league that extends their platform to female basketball players worldwide, either post-college or 18 years of age with great talent. This gives them the opportunity to live out their dream of playing professional with either signing to play with the Wnba or signing a contract to go play overseas, They are made up of 40 teams, including Tijuana, Mexico. And they are also known as the League of Opportunity, but not only for female basketball players, for small businesses in cities that host their teams. If you are a media outlet or production company, if you have a sports brand that you want to get out there on the market and you would like to have it placed on jerseys, or if you are a college intern and need internship hours. And last but definitely not least, if you are an aspiring female basketball team owner, the WABA league expansion is closed, but I highly suggest that you reach out to them post once their season is over. And their season is over in October, I do believe. So therefore, I am asking you to visit www.womensaba.com or follow them here on Instagram and send them a DM and tell them Helen sent you. Let's see. All right, our special guest has tuned in, so let's get him in so we can get this conversation started. Let's see.
Good morning.
Hey,
Hey, good
how you
afternoon.
doing? Yeah, good
How you
afternoon. Good
doing?
afternoon.
All
How you
right.
doing?
All right. I'm feeling good. How about you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Blessed. Woke up today. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Looking forward to this conversation. You one of the you one of the newest members of the league, so why not get to know you and your team. So with that being said, we have some people tuning in. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, good afternoon to everyone. My name is Ronnell Durante. I'm the owner and coach of the Jacksonville Force. First year in the WABA. I previously coached in the ABA on the men's side of it for 3 years up in Pennsylvania with the Norristown Knights. We're excited to be part of the WABA, as I'm sure all the owners are, because Marcia did a tremendous job of promoting the league over the time that it was down with Coronas. We went from, I believe, 16 teams to 40 in that time.
Yes.
So the expansion, I mean, the E team, as they like to say, did a tremendous job of pushing the league. So we're very thankful to be part of it. It's a good opportunity. And if we were a stock, I would call us like the new Google or something. I mean, you would want to bet on us. Like, it's going to be big.
Oh yeah, and it's gonna be even bigger. I mean, she closed the expansion on the 30th of April with 40 teams. So imagine, once postseason, well after that, it's I'm pretty sure more people gonna be reaching out to her with teams. So I'm definitely looking to see how big it gets, and I know it is.
Well, that also makes it more competitive too, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
the more teams you have in more states, and it definitely makes it the competitiveness raises the levels, which is again for any league that's what you're looking for, right? Because
Oh
if
yeah,
there's nothing
most definitely.
competitive about it, right, nobody wants to be in it. So again, a shout out to Marcia and the staff. They did a hell of a job promoting the league and getting us ready
Sure
to
did,
get
because
into a
I
big
just,
season.
man, I mean, I can't even recall how many teams they had once I came on as a media partner, but to know that they began in 2017 and it's only 2021 and she's up to 40 teams, That lets you
Yeah.
know that Marsha knows what she's doing. She knows.
The grind was real. The grind was real. Like I said, yeah, Marsha shares the same birthday as my wife, actually, and I know
Okay.
what kind of worker my wife is. So, I figured this was it was a win-win situation with Marsha. She's a great person. I knew her from, like I said, the ABA. I played against the teams a few times. So, I'm like I said, very excited to be part of the league, and Jacksonville especially because what I found out how many women actually played basketball in Jacksonville. Like, I mean, the amount of quality basketball players that was here,
Mm-hmm.
it was astounding. Like, and then they just didn't have nowhere to play. And it was amazing to me that all these talented ladies were having tough place, couldn't find a gym to run or just get workouts in. I'm like, wait a minute, that's crazy. Like, why can guys play anywhere and women
Right.
have the
If women
toughest time in
can't.
the world? And there was no disrespect. These women are always respectful where they're at. You know what I mean? They're always classy. They just play ball, and it's quality basketball. And it's a shame that more people don't get to see it, but they will now.
Oh
They will
yeah.
now.
Shout outs to you.
They will
Thanks
now.
thanks to you and your wife. And shout out to
Uh,
her.
right.
And
I'm fortunate there. I got fortunate. I got one of the good ones. I got
hey,
one of the good ones.
God know what he doing, huh?
Yes, we
so
do. Yes, we do.
so now that we got through your introduction, go ahead and kind of elaborate on your athletic background. Like how long have you been playing sports or
I think since the day I jumped out, you know what I mean? Like, I've had a basketball, football, something, baseball, any sport interests me. Anything that you have to compete at.
mm-hmm.
Uno, Uno. If it was a sport, I'd probably be in that. I just like to compete, so it's always been that way. It's the way I was kind of raised. The environment I was brought up in. Very competitive family on both sides, female
Wow.
and male. Like so,
Okay.
just was raised like that. Played mostly football and basketball were my primary sports. Went to
Okay.
college for basketball. Played at Keystone Junior College first. That's up in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Uh, Transferred over to a place called Arcadia, where my uncle Mike Holland coached me. He's a legendary coach up there. Taught me a lot, and then just kind of let me loose after that. He said I would find my way, and I did. I ended up being a coach. I argued him down about being a coach. I told him I would never be
Yeah.
one. He told me I would be, and he was right. He was right. Here I am. He laughs all the time because he's now my golf partner as well. So he's like,
Oh.
"Oh, so how you like this coaching stuff?" And I told him, never did I coach women before, so I'd be telling the fib. I've never coached women before until this year. But it's been an amazing experience thus far. So nothing to complain about. The women are outstanding. I mean, like outstanding, outstanding.
Wow. So at what point in your career did you feel that you wanted to become a team owner?
Honestly, it was because of an incident in the ABA. I went to coach for a team in the ABA. We'll all keep it anonymous, with people like that.
Yeah.
But I went to coach for a team. I didn't like some of the way things went. Not like from a person to person thing, but just a basketball standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought I saw something I liked. Like I was like, wow, this is a good opportunity. And I had remembered my coming through semi-pro basketball, and it was not easy to get a tryout back then because you didn't have the internet. You didn't have. It was just word of mouth and knowing people back then. So
Yeah.
for this to be available to everybody in almost every city I thought it was a great idea. So I kind of jumped into it like, okay, well, maybe I should try my hand at owning. I knew that business wasn't my strong point, but I figured if I could do the basketball side right, business would take care of itself. And so far, so good it has. And I've met great people to help me with the business side. So I've been fortunate. I've been very fortunate in my ABA and WABA experience thus far.
Okay, that's what's up. Now I know that you just mentioned that this is your first year in coaching women's basketball, but
Mhm.
now why women's basketball? Why did you transition over to women's basketball?
I don't. It was in the makings. It was always in the makings. I've
Okay.
always expressed my interest in coaching women's basketball. I didn't know it would be at the pro level or semi-pro level, whatever they like to call it. I just say pro. I don't like saying semi. But
Yeah, they're
I didn't
pro.
think that would be. Yeah, I just like saying pro. I didn't think that would be my first opportunity. I really thought it would be high school because my daughter was in high school, and I thought I was around it a lot, so I thought that's where I was going to go with it. But again, talking with Marcia when I was thinking about doing it, it just seemed like it fit. It was something I always wanted to do. And women's basketball, I've been watching it. I tell people all the time, I watched the very first WNBA game. Me and my friends sat down. We were so
Me
excited.
too. In
Right, right.
1997.
Right, it
Right.
was so excited. We were so hyped. And if anybody remembers, it wasn't really a good first game. As far as how they played, you could say there was a lot of anxiety involved in it. But the way it's transitioned into what it is now,
Yeah.
and where I think it's going to be in the next 10 years, especially,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I couldn't think of a better time to get in it. The women athletes right now are exceptional.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
Oh
and
yeah.
I know they've always taken it serious, so not to say they take it more serious, but the public takes it more serious now.
Yeah. Now, because
Right. So I think there's a lot more backing, especially after we saw things like what they did at the NCAA tournament. When people saw things like that, I think they're starting to see that they're working just as hard and they deserve just
exactly,
as
and
much.
they're just as talented.
Right, right. And maybe more sometimes because they don't
Yeah.
rely on
Oh yeah,
athletic
because I know
ability.
they could go head. They can go head to head with these guys on the
Um,
court. So.
Man, my ladies have put some whoopings out there on some dudes. I'm just we don't name no names, but they put some whoopings on some dudes in some gyms sometimes.
As
So
they should. As they should.
as they should, right? Because again, they're not. It's not ladies or men. It's basketball players, right?
Yeah, just
That's the
basketball.
point we're trying to get to, right? It's not really who's playing. It's basketball players that are playing. So I think we're starting to see it like that more, and that's really good for the women's game right now.
Oh yeah. So tell us about the Jacksonville Force. Tell us about that.
Okay, the Jacksonville Force right now, again in our first year, we were very fortunate to get some, I would say, local celebrities or superstars on our team. Antoinette Bannister, Shakita Snow, also known as Q and Bree. We got Lasagna Edwards. We got Kayla Gordon, Big Katie. I'm probably missing a few. I don't want to name them all, but they a very talented group of ladies. Uh, and we're going to make a big splash. I mean, we're going to make a big splash. I want everybody to know that, a lot of coaches say that, a lot of owners say that, but it's the commitment that these ladies have made that makes me
Oh yeah.
more confident to say that. Like the commitment behind the scenes, like I tell people, a lot of times I'm not a social media guy, so you don't see our practices or you don't see our things. But for the last 3 to 4 months, they've been in the gym almost every Monday and Thursday. We've been all over the place together, working out, training together, learning each other. So their commitment makes me very confident that
Oh,
we'll be
trust me,
something.
it'll all show once the season starts.
Yeah.
So, like you said,
So
you might not
that's
be posting all your practices, but hey, it'll tell. Time will tell once
right.
July
I
comes.
mean, yeah, that's what makes it, yeah, again, that's what makes it special for me. Like I said, it's one thing to do something and then you're just doing it, but the people that are involved, like I said, the ladies that I just named, the staff, like my assistant coaches, we call it Coach D, but Denisha Williams and my other coach, Orlando Phillips, they make what I do very simple. So, all I have to do is pretty much smile and show up, and they do all the hard work.
Teamwork make the dream work. That's what I'm talking about.
Right, right,
So,
right.
do
So
you have a
that's what
full?
it's
So
all.
your roster is full.
Oh, we're loaded. I mean,
Okay.
we're loaded. Yeah, we are
Okay.
loaded. We are talented from the number 1 to number 15. We are loaded.
Okay.
Not like I said, we had our first little, I guess, exhibition game last Saturday. We won. We did pretty good against some traveling all stars. But it was the first time that many of these ladies weren't on a team where they were just a star by themselves. And it was fun to watch them. They mesh really well. Like sometimes you think you're gonna have a problem with that because being a star on the team and then having to be like a role player at a time,
Yeah.
it can be an adjustment. I don't care what level of basketball it is, it can be an adjustment. But
Hmm.
they handled it so well. And I mean, it was sometimes, like I said, as a coach, you want to find something wrong, so you make up things. You tell them, you didn't play well, or you turned the ball over too much. But then back in your head, like, wow, that was pretty incredible how they called
Exactly.
on to each other. But I think we're headed in the right direction, and mostly because the people we have involved in our organization, like I said, just top to bottom, good people. They really have our best interests in their interests. So
So, how did you go about like choosing the type of players that you wanted on your team? Did you have a full tryout, or you already knew certain players that you wanted to reach out to? in order to create the
No.
team that you have now?
I could tell you a long story of how we got there, but the short version is I was very fortunate. I was at a camp one time ran by a NBA guy, and
Hmm.
another coach, was telling me about, ladies having a run somewhere. And I was like,
Hmm.
oh, I'm getting a team together. I would like to be at this run to see if I could find some players. I walked in the gym. I sat in the corner. I didn't say much to nobody. But as they were leaving out the gym, I spoke to a few of them. One being Antoinette Bannister,
Hmm.
whose dad was a pretty legendary coach in here in Jacksonville, Mr. Bannister, over at I think it's Potter House or Porterhouse they call it. Uh, so I talked to her, and she was actually going to start a team in another league. I don't know what it was, but it didn't go through. And she ended up calling me. She's like, you're still putting together that team. And from that one little phone call, we got a tryout. And the first year tryout before COVID was not that exciting. It was not loaded. It was not. I was like, wow, this is gonna be tough. Like I was like, I don't know if this
That
was
was
a
a
good
trial
call. But,
run. That's all it was. It was a little
right,
trial.
it was like that because then right after that we decided not to have the season. But lo and behold, when we had this year's tryout, not only did we have almost 40 ladies try out, we had 50 people watching a
Mm,
tryout. Like it
that's
was
what's
crazy, and
up.
I was like, it was madness. So then we had a second one because I couldn't decide on some people. And it was still the same way. We had even more people come in, more people watch. So the fan base is really nice. The support is great.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think we hit the jackpot. Like I said, I call it the jackpot. We hit the jackpot.
Okay, okay. So, with that being said, what can we expect from the Jacksonville Force this season?
Fast. We're going to be fast. We're going to be aggressive. Um, we're a highly intelligent basketball team. We play with a very good IQ.
Okay.
But more importantly, we're just here to make sure that we leave our mark. Like we don't want, like I told the ladies, we don't want to walk into any gym and then walk out and they don't say something like either they're a really good organization or a classy people or something to that effect. Like we're trying
Yeah,
to make our mark everywhere we go, like in a positive way because we're thinking legacy long term. We're not thinking AAU or anything. This is really grown. This is really big time
exactly.
stuff.
And this is the league of
So
opportunity to take these
right,
ladies where they're
right.
looking to
So this
go.
is
So,
exactly like you said. So it's not just like I told them, it's not just about building a legacy for what we're doing here in Jacksonville. This is for opportunities for a lot of ladies in a lot of cities to do big things with basketball. Own, be GMs, coach, be
hmm,
players that get put overseas or to the next level. So I think I said from the Jacksonville Force, you will see what we're trying to represent, and that is Jacksonville. I mean, we're in Jacksonville. We love basketball. We
okay.
go hard, we go hard, and we're loud about it. We're loud about it. We're loud about it. We're a
Okay.
little loud about it, but it's
So
not
that's
in any
so
hard thing. It's just
so that's the
passion.
purpose
Let's
of
just
your name, the Jacksonville Force, right?
move
So
forward.
what's
Yes,
what's
yeah.
what's behind what's the meaning behind the name?
Okay, well, me and my son, the night I decided to, we locked in on the team. He's a Star Wars guy, and being that we were close to Orlando, he was like, we're always talking about using our mind and the Force. So I was like, yo, what about the Force? And we looked up the symbol, and as you can see, the symbol that we have, that's actually the symbol for Force. So
Wow,
the
that's
Force, I
that's
just wanted to,
creative.
again, yeah, names mean something, right? Like
Yep.
I hope they do at least, and that's it. And it's not the Force like we're going to push you. It's more mental. I want to understand that we're going to use our mind just as much as our bodies to create what we want to happen. So
Shout out to your son. That was very creative. That really
yeah,
was. And
big shout
now
out
that
to
you
you.
said that it fits you. So
I
shout out to
appreciate
you.
that. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
So how are you preparing between now and tip off July the 24th? So how are you preparing? Because time is
Well,
creeping. Like I
again, yeah,
remember a
again,
couple of
of course,
I remember a couple of interviews ago. I was like, yeah, we have 6 months until then, and we have 4 months until then. Now it's like almost just a little bit less than 2 months. So
like I said, again, I was fortunate enough to have the ladies for at least the last 3 months. I mean, most of the team that I have out of the 15 people, I would say a good 10 of them have been around for the 3 or 4 months, and we've been in the gym. So we had a
okay,
good jump. We had a good jump on it. As far as right now, we're trying to detail it. Like everything was just getting in shape and getting to know each other. Now we're trying to get in sets, make sure we're detailed on our out of bounds plays and stuff like that, rotations, how you're going to come in and sub. And everybody just, really detailing it now. Like before it was just kind of like, let's get to know each other. Let's just be around. But now it's details. Now we're trying to detail everything. So that's probably what we're going to do for the next 2 months here. Really detail it out, make sure we step by step everything, how we're going to
Okay.
approach games, how we're going to travel to games, everything like that.
Cool. So how did the pandemic prepare you to join the WABA? Because when did you? I probably missed it earlier, but when did you finally? When was around the time you finally, you know, decided like, okay, I'm going to put together this team? Was it pre-COVID? Was it kind of like during COVID?
Okay. Well, I originally started before COVID.
Okay.
We were going to put the team in then last year before we all decided not to. But the real kicker was the pandemic was a beneficial to me, especially because a lot of players came from overseas and they
Mm,
had nothing to do. Like, so they started looking at things to do in their local areas. Again,
okay.
Jacksonville. So a couple of ladies hit me up like, "Are you really, is this team still going to be?" And I'm like, "Yeah, when the season comes or when we decide to have a season, yes, we're going to exist." So the pandemic was very beneficial to me as far as gathering players because they were coming home. And also, as again, I told Marcia this when we were at the meeting, the promoting she did also brought players in over the pandemic because again, they had nothing to do but read these media outlet things, right? And on this media,
Mm-hmm.
they kept talking about the WABA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they were reaching out like, what's it about? Is it real? Is it this? And that's how we got a good interest. And I mean, a good interest. And so they did a great job of that. And I think the pandemic of sending everybody home
Yeah.
kind of helped, a lot of people too.
Yeah. And speaking of, this has been like one of the craziest years of everybody's life. How did you how did you maintain your mental, out of, you know, besides, being able to be creative, um, from the basketball standpoint, like personally, there was unjust in the world, then the COVID itself. How was you able to, each day when you got up, how did you maintain your mentality?
Well, it starts with who you see in the morning, right? Like the first thing you see in the morning is the people around you. And I get to see
Mm,
my wife and my kids and very positive people. So that usually starts my day off like that. Then the phone calls I make next are usually to players or coaches, which again, positive people. So it's easier for me, even in times like that, to not see what many people would call tribulation because I'm surrounded by people that it's constant, like not what you're going through, what you're going to do. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the
yeah,
people I'm around all the time. So I really didn't struggle through COVID, I guess, like everybody else did because
yeah,
my people kept it moving. Like they really kept it moving. They kept things going so we would have things prepared when we got to the moment where we can move. So I was very, again, I'm a blessed guy. Like I know where I'm at in life. I know the people around me make me me. So that's what it makes it easy. I got up every morning, like I said, I see my wife and she's already smiling and working, and kids they're just about their business. So like I said, everybody around me just makes it easy for me to get through things.
I'm happy to hear that. I'm glad that was a blessing. That was really a
It is.
blessing.
It is. It is.
And look at you now. You here. You're on this platform where we're having this conversation. You introducing your
And I
team,
know I was late to
yourself.
the party. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was late to the party. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I was so glad. And like I said, it's just one of the things. Like I tell people all the time, it's not that you're not working. It's not that you don't mean to talk to the people you need to talk to. It's like social media wise. But I'm an older guy. I'm a little older guy, so I'm kind
Yeah,
of like they call me caveman a little bit because I don't like to text. I'd rather talk like this. If I can talk, I'm good.
yeah,
It's when you got to email me. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like this. But I'm learning. That's the business side I have to learn. And again, I
Exactly.
have people around me that are tremendous at helping me
That's what I'm
get
about to
better.
say. You're surrounded by a great team too, so I'm pretty sure everybody got your back. So
Right. You saw the business card. You see, like there's a lot of people.
exactly, I like that business
Right.
card. Like that's the
I
first time I
appreciate it.
saw one like that. That's very creative. I
I
like that.
appreciate that. And that team, they really, like I said, they keep me in line. They keep me in line because I tend to just drift the basketball all the time. Like, okay, what's going on
Hmm.
the basketball court? They make sure I get to the other stuff. So I'm very grateful to have them.
Okay, that sounds good. I hope to come across periodically, members of your team, just so you speak highly of them. So I like to also surround myself and come across people, that's on the same mission and that's all about teamwork and growing myself. So you
Well,
know,
hopefully in our next video, I have a whole bunch of them around because at first I didn't have
please,
them around, but that's
it's
uncommon because
okay.
usually
That's okay.
on a Sunday I
Just
usually got them.
know this is your first interview, but it's not your last. So
I
just
like
know
that.
that.
Well put, well put, well put, well put, well put. A great interview, by the way. You did a tremendous job. Thank you very much. Thank you very
You are
much. I
so
appreciate you.
welcome, and
I
thank
appreciate
you.
you.
So, what is it that you want your team to be known for in the city of Jacksonville?
If you're talking off the court, which will go first, off the court, we just want to be known for raising the level of consciousness of um, social matters as well as
Mm-hmm.
educational matters. I'm real big on education. That's kind of what I went to school for. That's kind of my wife's real big on education. Like I want, the smarter you are, the better chance you have. It's not really athletics ain't always going to bail you out. The more you can use your brain, the better
Mm-hmm.
chance you have of surviving. So we definitely want to push education. And on the court, we want rings. That's the bottom line. We want rings. I mean, we
Okay.
winning makes people pay attention. I don't care what they try to, we can sugarcoat all them other fancy sayings, but when you
I
win,
like that.
people pay
Women
attention.
makes people pay attention, and it
Yeah,
does. It
it
really
does.
does. I like that. You should make that your slogan.
You know
Women
what? I
make
think we just
people
got
pay
one. I think
attention.
we just got one. Winning makes people
Yep.
pay attention.
Oh
So
yeah, I like that. So speaking of, outside of the court, are you connected with your community in any way?
not as much as I like to be. Again, I'm not a Jacksonville native. Again,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I moved here 4 years ago, actually from South Florida, but originally from Philadelphia. So I'm not a native to Jacksonville, but through the players on my team and some of my staff, I'm getting more affiliated, and we're getting more affiliated.
Okay, great.
So I think by the time the season's over, we will have a great rapport with the community as far as
I'm
who we
pretty
are.
sure. I'm pretty sure. Um, so how does it feel being one of the newest teams, the one of the rookie teams of the league right now? Because this season right here, I would say it's the most anticipated season, kind of equivalent to the first one, because they had to set last season out due to COVID. So now that you're coming in with teams that has already, had the experience of playing and things of that nature. And there's quite a few teams that won multiple championships. I think the Jersey Expressions was the first team, but last year's team was the DC Cyclones, and then there's other teams that has targets on their back, like such as the Atlanta Angels. How does it feel like you're coming in and you like this new fresh team with this big league?
Uh, let's see. Let me think of a good word. It's exciting. I'll just go with exciting because I don't anticipate problems like most teams would as far as like being on the court because the girls that we have are very experienced at playing basketball, and that's what it always boils down to, right? Playing basketball. And I mean, if they reflect the coach, I'm a very confident person. So I don't know. I think going into our first year, we're pretty confident. I mean, I don't, saying you want to win the ring is what everybody says,
Oh yeah.
but but in my head, I mean, if that's all we're playing for, I mean, that's it. That's
So
that's the
after
standard.
So after the owners weekend here in Atlanta, and you got to mix and mingle with everybody, do you feel any pressure? Any pressure
No, I
coming on?
actually got more excited. Like it was more exciting because they felt how I felt, right? Like I heard at least 6, 7 people say that this was going to be their year. They felt that way. So that was exciting because you don't want to go in there and people are like, not believing, right? Like, because then the spirit of competition isn't the same, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely was excited when 6 or 7 people popped up like it's our year and it's our year. And okay, well, it's our year too. So one of us is telling the fib or maybe telling the truth. One of us is telling the truth, another telling the fib. But there's only one way to find out. And this year is going to be exciting because of that, because that many teams believe, right? Like,
Exactly.
so,
Exactly. For anyone who is looking to connect with the WABA, like let's say for instance they're watching this interview now or they catch the recap, what advice would you give them as they are looking to
oh,
connect
oh,
with the
whoa,
WABA?
whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, shit, I just lost the message. Get out of here.
All right, guys, let's give it a minute. Thank you for tuning in, though. I hope you guys enjoyed it thus far, up to this point. Let's see what the technology got going on with Coach. Okay. Hopefully he'll come back on. Let's see. Not yet, but we'll finish it up. But how's everybody doing so far? How's your weekend? Anybody firing up some grills? I know me personally, I need to go find a couple of them. I need to house hop today and tomorrow. But thank you all for your support and your, um, you know, continuing to tune in. Feel free to share. Oh, thank you, thank you. Planning to eat ribs. Ooh, that sounds so good. That sounds so good. Let's see if Coach, if he gonna tune back in. Not yet. What you gonna eat with the ribs? Some potato salad, some baked macaroni and cheese. Let me see if I can actually invite him. Nope. My mom wants potato salad. Yes. There's nothing like a ribs. That's all you need on the plate is ribs and potato salad. You can't go wrong with that. It's like a great combination for any cookout. Okay. So we just found out the WABA Community Cares Weekend is in July. Please stay tuned for that because they will. Okay, July 14th through the 16th. Great. So stay tuned for that. For more information, I'm pretty sure you can log on to www.womensaba.com or here on Instagram at Women's ABA. I'm pretty sure there will be some digital media flyers with more information, resources that will be available, etc. All right, so we're going to give Coach another minute or so. Let's see what's going on with him. I know, but that community cares weekend, that sounds fun. It's gonna be nice and hot. Perfect timing. Summer really gonna kick in. It's July. All right, here you go. Let me see. There he goes.
Hey, I'm back.
All right,
Sorry,
there you go.
lost
Hey,
you.
you know what? We held it down while you took a
I know you did. I know you did. I
Oh,
know you
we held
did.
it down. We was talking about eating and the upcoming WABA
What was
community
what was
cares
we eating?
weekend.
Because I'm hungry. What, you cooking? Who's cooking?
Well, actually, balling with Keisha, she said right now she gonna eat some ribs and potato salad. So
Oh, she playing. Yeah, she playing games. Keisha, if you gotta stop playing games.
right, everybody firing up the grills. They firing up the grills. So
I will
uh,
be soon.
right. Well, let's get back to it. So my question was for anyone who is looking to connect with the WABA, especially with being a team owner. What advice would you give them, considering that you are now involved in the league?
Well, start with, like you said originally, reach out to Marsha. But after you do that, don't think that this is as simple as it looks. Okay, people generally jump into something like this thinking because it's not the WNBA or something of that magnitude that it doesn't require that kind of work. That is the furthest thing from the truth. It requires that you have great people around you because the commitment is going to be big because money isn't the first thing that you're going to get out of this. It's a lot of pure enjoyment in what you do. So if you're just looking to be rich right away, I suggest you invest in something else. If you're doing this for the love and the growth of the game, then this is where your money should go. And in
Yeah,
time, you'll see your investment there. But if you're doing this for the money, go invest in stock, play the Robin Hood or whatever it is you do. But if you're doing this for the love, you're definitely hit the right spot because in time this will be beneficial to just not only you money wise, but connections to the community, the people you meet, affect things like that. So for anybody jumping in, please that you got to have your heart in it, and the people that you're asking to help you have to have their heart in it.
okay. That's great advice. That sums it up right there. That really does. And again, this is the league of opportunity. Like this league extends their platform for these women who felt like they didn't have the chance to get the exposure or have the chance to continue out their dream and dribbling the ball and showcasing their talents on the court. So this right here opens the door for you. So, but again, not for basketball players, for coaches, for
Oh,
team owners,
absolutely, absolutely,
such as
absolutely.
yourself, small businesses, to partner with. There's nothing like having your logo on a jersey, because people recognize
Want to
that.
know? Yeah, yeah. I mean, and for whatever, for all the things that we are in marketing, we always know that as soon as we see anything on a shirt, it means something, right? Like you can put a horse on there and we know what that means, right? You understand?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, again, that's good for it. And like I told a few people on the sidebar, the WNBA has to expand at some point in time, right? Like,
Yes.
right? You understand?
Yeah. I
So
think
they're
they
gonna
have
have to
12
go soon.
teams.
Right. They're gonna have to go somewhere to find these expansion teams because they don't want to just randomly start them up. So
Hmm.
most likely they would look to a league as powerful as the WAVA will be in the next 5 years and might call Marshall like, hey, can we borrow some of your teams? And that's how this thing. Remember how the NBA started really. It was a trash
Exactly.
league until the
Yep.
ABA became part of it, right? Let's just call it what it was. It was a trash league, and then they joined up with the good ABA teams, and here we are with the product they have now, right?
Exactly.
So the bigger picture,
Hey,
right?
you heard that, and it was actually mentioned here on this platform on She Knows Her Sports. Okay,
Right,
with with
right.
with Hey, you heard it from this gentleman right here, Mr. Ronnell Durante. He said it. So I'm pretty sure the WNBA is going to be reaching out pretty soon, and I
Right.
agree with that. And to answer your question, Ball and Makisha, the age limit is 18 in the league. This is for female basketball players post college or at least 18 years of age with the great talent that is needed to be part of a team. So, um,
Yeah.
since this is a woman-owned league where there are women owners, coaches, and all female players, tell us why it's important to respect and support female athletes and professionals in the sports industry.
Well, for my life, it's simple. I was raised by women. I mean, I'm the typical story, didn't grow up with the dad type thing. So women raised me, my grandma, my mother, my aunts. I mean, I laugh all the time because everything I start with says, my mama said, my mama said, my mama said. So
Oh,
now, I don't know if she said all those things, but, I think she did. I remember it came out some way. It didn't always come out the way I said it, but she said them. And I'm just, women, of course, they get respect behind closed doors a lot. We know that, right? Like when you're in the
yeah.
house, this is the diamond, this is the backbone of the family. But again, I think we're at a point in time where we're going to give them more public recognition, and I want to be at the forefront of that. I want to be the one to say thank you any way I can. And for me, this is the best way I can get back to women. I'm not Mark Cuban yet. They listen to me, not yet. But when I get to that
Speak
point,
it.
I'll be
Speak
right.
it. Just keep speaking it. And
Right. When I get to that point, I'll be able to affect it that way, right? But for
yep.
now, this is the platform I can affect women on. I can help them. I can give them opportunities, whether it's just to play, whether it's to coach, like you said. But also, my legacy, I have daughters. And eventually this will be what they're doing. This won't be me doing it.
Yep.
So that's the long-term goal. Again, it's a long-term goal. That's always the end game. Like the end game is for this to be an all-woman thing, for my wife and my daughter and a board of women to be sitting there deciding what happens with the Jacksonville Force.
That's what's up. I love it. I love it. The WABA has a slogan. 3 words, it's our time. So when you hear those 3 words, what comes to your mind? What's your definition of it?
That they picked the right time to promote the league the way they did, and that the timing is perfect for women's basketball to explode because, again, they're all home. This is the first time in a long time and probably decades where so many actual American basketball players are home.
Exactly.
So it is our time. It's literally our time. It's the first time we've had them all home with an opportunity to play with them over the summer where they're not trying to make the WNBA or trying to be in these other. We actually have our own ladies home, so it is our time. It's their time. It's right on cue. Right on cue.
Okay. Are there any opportunities for partnerships or sponsorships of a player for the Jacksonville Force?
Yeah, we actually on our website, jacksonvilleforce.com. You can go in there, down to the bottom, scroll down to the bottom, click on the sponsorship packages. They range from anywhere from $350 on up. You can. It doesn't have to be money. It can be uniforms. It can be coffee beans. Anything that you're willing to help make us, and we'll try to promote you the best we can to give you back what you give us.
That's what's up. I love it. I love it. So let's fast forward. Let's take it to July already. This is game 1, tip off. Your starting 5 is on the court. What is one word that comes to your mind when you watch your girls walk out there? What's the first word you think is gonna pop up? What popped up now?
Kill. If that being honest, kill. Like no holds bar. Like we going straight down. I mean, kill. That's the first thing that comes to my head. Like, and I didn't mean that to be mean, but that's the first thing that came to my head when you said that. When they were standing there and that vision popped in my head, I'm thinking, all right, kill them. Like, that's
There
it.
you go. Hey, there's no right or wrong answer to that. You're the coach, you're the owner. So, Hey.
I just did, I didn't want to, I'd be getting texted later like that was a little violent. No, and then I didn't mean like that.
No,
We're not
no,
using
no.
swords and nothing like. So I want to make sure I understand. I'm just talking basketball.
Yeah, it's just basketball talk. That's all
Just
that is.
basketball, but yeah, that was the first thing came to my head when you said that. I'm standing there looking at him and kill him.
Yeah, like as you watching your starting five go to that court, like what's like I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure like a word or something pops up in your head as you like, okay, yeah.
yeah, kill him. Like that's
Okay,
it.
so this is like my favorite question of the
Okay,
interview before we conclude it.
got you.
This is the hot seat question.
Oh shit,
Who you
shoot,
calling
shoot.
out? Who you calling out? I love the call out question. Who you have
Who
in
am I
mind?
calling?
You done came here to Atlanta for the weekend. You done mixed and mingled, and plus, as a team in this league, you have to study your opponents. Who you
Right,
calling?
right, right. Who am I calling now? All right, all right. Well, you were there. We were all there. I'm gonna say the Angels. I'm gonna say the Angels. I have a special spot in my heart for them because they were quite confident. They were quite confident. And as I told them, there's only one trophy. So, uh, yeah, I would say the Angels with the sweetest smile I could possibly put on my face.
You see that? I'm pretty sure MJ she gonna get she gonna get
Right.
a
I'll be
tailwind of
expecting
what
one.
you
I'll
just
be
said.
expecting
MJ,
one. I'll be expecting one. I'll be expecting one.
look, somebody gonna tell her. Somebody probably texting her right now, like, "Hey, you just got another call out." So,
Yeah, but I mean, I said it then, so it would only be right. It would only be right. Like I said again, I was very excited when they did it. That somebody from the
somebody said
back did
respectfully.
respectfully, yes, very respectfully, respectfully. But I love them to death. Like I said, the confidence that they have, and all the other owners that said the same thing.
Oh
That's
yeah,
that's what makes it competitive. That's what makes it. I want to
yeah.
be part
That's
of
what
that.
makes
I,
it
I
fun.
need
That's what makes it
right. I need
competitive.
that. I need that, and I'm sure the ladies on my team need that because when I came back and told them, that's the first thing you say to your friends. Ooh, you should have heard what they said. Ooh, you should have heard what they said. I said, they
Exactly.
said
That's
they're
what
going to
gets
win it
the
all. They
adrenaline
said they're going to
pumping.
win it
That's what
all. And the
That's what.
juices went to flowing. I said, oh, yeah, here we go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
So,
I love it. I love it. Again, I just cannot wait to set my eyes on some of these games and do some interviews throughout the season to catch up with everyone. Between now and the beginning of the season, and I just I tip my hat off to everyone that's involved. I love it. I'm pretty sure everybody have these uh, heavy hitters on their teams. But again, I just, with every interview that I do, it's like, man, come on, season, come on. And I'm glad now we don't have to wait until August. Now it's July.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So
I
that's
mean, but
better.
like you said, we might got heavy hitters, but we got heavy hitters like you and Marsh and the team. So this league is in good hands, man. We're in good hands from top to bottom, like top to bottom. When you get quality interview people and quality staff, the Zengo TV. I mean, we're
Oh
just
yeah.
playing our part. Yeah, y'all making us look good. We just playing our part.
Oh yeah. Oh, see, Marsha said we need those players on. So yes, please send me those.
Oh,
Send
don't
me
worry.
their
Like I
info.
said, next interview I'm gonna have as many as I can have standing right next to me.
Yeah, please, please. I would love it. I would definitely love it. But Ronnell, thank you so much for your time. I really, really enjoyed this interview. Again, don't think this is your last one. We cracked the
No,
ice
no.
because this is your first one. And I'm looking forward to seeing what force Jacksonville's gonna bring to the season. And before you go, I always ask my guests to close us out with a positive word. It can be a word, it can be a quote, or it could be a statement from you. But just, close us out with something positive.
Okay, this one's probably more for the players than anybody else. But just know this: if you're not getting better, you're getting worse.
Okay? You heard it. You heard it.
Hit the gym.
Hit the gym. Hit the gym.
That's it.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. And again, everyone, Everyone is saying this is an awesome conversation. Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
They're giving
thank
us
you for
love in the
having me.
comments. They're
Thank you
giving
for
us
having
love.
me. You made it real
So,
easy. You did say it was going to be comfortable. You did tell me that. You did not lie to me. You said it would
it
be real easy
is.
and
It was going to
comfortable,
be
and you did
comfortable.
that.
You know, be yourself. But you know what? We got the end of the conversation. There we go. We got you back.
There we go. There we
Got you
go.
back. So he said that
Again,
they said
greatly
that's a word.
appreciated.
Hit the gym. So everybody's listening to you now.
All right.
All right. Well, you have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. And I'll be again reach out with those players and let's get them on here.
All right, everybody, check her out. She knows her sports. She knows how to give you a good
Thank
interview.
you.
You know what I mean? She has a heck of a smile. Make sure y'all pay attention.
All right.
All right, y'all have a good day. Y'all have a
All
good
right.
day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye bye. All right, everybody. There you have it. There was Mr. Ronnell Durante himself. He is the proud owner of one of the WABA's newest teams, the Jacksonville Force. Again, this is Helen Johanna concluding this interview. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Please feel free to share any of these interviews that myself and the WABA that we conduct with these players and these team owners and these coaches. Again, for all small business owners in the cities that host their teams, for all you designers out here with sports brands, media outlets, production companies, college interns, and aspiring female basketball team owners, please, please, please take my advice. Support the WABA, become a part of the league. Please visit www.womensaba.com. Follow them here on Instagram at Women's ABA. Follow my platform here on Instagram at She Knows Her Sports. Follow us on Twitter at Women's ABA. Yeah, at Women's ABA. Follow me on Twitter at Bohanna Helen J. Like our pages on Facebook. Other than that, thank you again for tuning in to this Sunday special. Hopefully that this is the beginning of another productive week for everybody. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Be careful. Wear your mask. Wash your hands and eat good. Other than that, stay tuned for our next guest by checking out my stories, checking out the WABA stories, and also post on our page. Other than that, be blessed. Peace.